Hi friends, it's Tracy from the Financial Freedom Diary, and today we are back. We are going to be setting up EveryDollar with my monthly budget for September. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe below. You guys, we're almost at 3,000 subscribers, so yay! Thank y'all so much for subscribing, for returning and watching my videos. I appreciate you all so much, y'all. I just can't explain it to you guys, but you guys are the best. I did want to take a moment at the very beginning to let you guys know I did update the household sinking fund because I had messed it up. I can't remember if I did 414.17, but I did update it to 414.87. So let's go ahead and create this September budget. So if you're wondering why do I do a paper budget and then an electronic budget, it's because sometimes, I'm not always accurate in what I write down, and EveryDollar kind of fixes that in the very beginning. That was a very big issue. I would be off, and when I started plugging everything in here, it was checking my numbers and stuff. And so I've just kept doing the same thing. And so what it's going to do is copy my August budget and make it my September budget. So I'm going to click on that. Um, let's look at the income. So for my full-time job, 53.44.92 is correct. Google AdSense, I'm estimating $100. I normally don't do that. Cash envelopes from August. So we're going to change this header right here. If I can get it to click and make that August. And we're going to make this $65. We'll change that once I figure out what I actually save. I got to get on a good foot on that. And rent for my sons. This is their portion of the rent for living here. I don't have any rental property or anything like that. And my kids are 27 and 22. This is their first year. I think they started in April paying rent. And it's really something they need to be doing because they need to launch. I think my youngest son is probably more than ready. So my total income is 5909.92. So that matches what I have on paper. Let's look at my sinking funds, and hopefully you can see up here under the month, it shows you what I have left to budget, which is like 6 cents. So we're going to start cleaning that up with all of the expenses that I have coming out that I'm projecting that's going to come out in September. I want you guys to understand that when I do a monthly budget, like I think some people think this might be set in stone. This is not set in stone. I am subject to change anything at any time to suit what needs to happen. And I typically do that in my paycheck to paycheck budgets. I like the words that some of you guys used in the monthly budget video that I did. And that was a draft. That's all this is a draft. And really, any budget is a draft because real life takes over and you have to adapt accordingly. So for Christmas and gifts, that's $90. My quarterly taxes, I'm going to put in $30, and that's right here. My renter's insurance, car insurance, that should be coming out in September. I need to go and check. I think it's $211. And so that's 125. I'm putting in for the month of September. Car maintenance is $75. And that matches everything that I have on paper here. MLGW, that's my utilities. So that is the one that I'm changing because I still have the portable AC. My AC hasn't been fixed. So I'm just going to estimate high at 500 and hopefully that catches everything. And I don't have any issues. So now you'll see that I changed that from 275 to 500, and look how that jumped up here at the top. Underneath the month and year, it says 224.94 over budget. So I have to adjust other categories so I can get back to the zero-based budget. That's all that means. Mobile phone, that's just my cell phone, and my portion I like to set aside $75. Internet, I set aside 112. And for the rent, I'm going to set aside 1062. Going to keep that old number. That should make some folks happy. One of these days, I am going to try a no change. I don't know why I can't click on anything this morning. A no change like budget and see what happens. I think it's because when I got started budgeting, I had more bills than I had income. And so every cent mattered at that point, you know. So everything that came in, I had to make sure I got myself caught up and I had to apply to those bills that I couldn't afford to pay, and try to get them back to whatever their minimum payments were. So it was, I think it's kind of ingrained in me to do that. So now let's hop on down to transportation. So, car, um, budgeting 90, but in the paycheck budget, that might change. I may drop that down because I'm working from home. I do need to go into the office, but that's this month. I may not have to go in September, but I may change that. So look forward to that with the paycheck budgets. I haven't made up my mind just yet. As you can tell, groceries is 300. And for people who want to know, I did go to Financial Peace University. I went September 2017, so I'm almost crossing like 4 years from the time I went there. I'm gonna have to do a story time to tell y'all what happened like right before, um, because it's like a joke on Dave Ramsey's thing that signing up for his program is kind of hard on your car, and yeah, my car got totaled that Friday, and I showed up at FPU on that Sunday, fit to be tied. But $149.99 over budget now since I dropped the groceries from 375 to 300. Subscriptions, I'm going to change that to $3. But yeah, I thought it was good. There's a difference between the shock jock and the person who is teaching doing that course. There's a difference. So subscriptions, I changed that from $2.99 to $3. Household is going to stay 50. Laundry is going to stay 45, and my pocket money is going to stay 100, and $120 goes to my sons. This is money that's automatically is taken from my check and put into their accounts at the credit union. And I just haven't shut that off. It's just enough that when they're on their own, they'll still get some gas money from me. That's all they're getting. Um, well, unless they need help. They need help. I would try to help them if I could. Unless they're being knuckleheads. Now that's a whole nother thing too. I don't believe in enabling people, especially hard headed people. Health insurance, $28, and identity theft 7. These two transactions also come directly out of my check. I like to document them so I can track and make sure everything is the way it should be, because I have had instances in the past where it was not. I feel like I've left something off, $150 over. So let me go ahead and put this debt in. So instead of 3247.92, um, it's going to be 3097.92. Oh, okay. So nothing was off. See, that's that funky math I got. And so I got an EveryDollar budget. But yeah, so sweet. We done. But yeah, I'll have to do a story time so that y'all can understand like the stress I was under at the very beginning of my financial freedom journey. Um, it it's one of those things where it ebbs and flows. It's gonna come, especially when I'm trying to get through something. The closer I get, then that's when everything wants to go wrong all at the same time. But I'm learning, stay calm. And so you'll see here with my starting balance for my debt, I'm not able to make a change to that. And that is because the month hasn't started. So it doesn't allow you to jump ahead on that. I'm also able to, and I know I'm scrolling, but really it's this little kite down here in the lower right hand of your screen, that I want to draw your attention to. I can actually look at my budget from last year, and that's one of the things. It's just like one click. I can make that comparison. Then I can also click on that same area and jump back to September of 2021. I am going to try YNAB after I'm debt free. I just don't want to sign up for it. I don't want anything to disrupt my ability to get out of debt this year. And I know that's not anything big, but still, any other thing can pop up between now and my estimated debt free month, which is November. So anything will pop up, and I don't want to put it on things, put the money to things that I don't feel like they're not necessities. But when it's emergency may pop up, that's a necessity. I just want to make sure I keep everything clear. So you can see my income from last year. The total was 58.67, and this year is 59.09, which is, I'm on par. But there's a little rollover in there. And I used to roll over the utility money because my utilities were just, when they changed the date, I don't know what's up with them, but it would be like the very last day. And so I would just roll it over. Now I'm trying to take care of it in the current month so it's not so confusing for some people. But yeah, it was a pain in the butt. Now, but you'll see like what my rent was last year compared to now. And I didn't have any, you saw in the income, there was nothing coming from my sons last year. This is their first time because when I decide to move, they want to stay in Memphis, and that's their choice. They don't have to follow me. And you can see what my utilities were last year compared to what it will be this September. And also, I'm going to be making that comparison for August because, yeah, that portable unit is something else. Gas was real low last year because I was pretty much at home. I only drove to either get out of the house, go to do my laundry, stuff like that. Groceries about the same. Um, and you can see like my lifestyle little section here. It's about the same. So there's very little changes in everything that I have going on. Yeah, so it is, my renter's insurance is coming out in September. Woohoo, so it's 219 last year. But I think I got a email said it was 211. But I better go and read that because I might be wrong. Y'all know how I am. And I'm not paying no auto insurance by the month. And so you can see what I was putting to my student loan debt last year, which was 2920. I'm not that far off. Yeah, the whole utility thing has got me all messed up, man. But changes happen. So that is that. And I want to see how much is my debt going to be of my income. So it's still going to be about 52% if I can put that 30%, that $3,097.92 to my debt. It's still to be 52% um, of my income going to my debt. And yeah, I think one of the videos I'm gonna have to do for you guys is how I'm going to set up my moving sinking fund, how all the expenses that's going to go into that fund. So once I'm debt free, I'm setting aside money for that. And I'll try to do a story time so y'all understand, like, because I've been through two cars, no, technically three, because my old car died, and then I had financed another car, and then that car got totaled, and it was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. So I'm just hoping Heidi the Hyundai, she keeps on moving because I do not want to have to get another one. But thank y'all so much for watching this video. And if you want to go to FPU, you're thinking about that, I did, and I did it because there was a gap, and I could feel that gap. I could feel there was something that I was reluctant to do, and the why behind all of that. And I had a really good coordinator at the class I went to. They did not like enforce the cutting up of the credit cards. I cut up my credit cards because I chose to, but the church I went to, they didn't do that. They knew it was a hot topic, and they were just like, we're not here to argue with you about that. Here's the video, but we're not telling you what to do with your credit cards. So that's the way they did it at their church. And they were very respectful of the differences of the audience. And I went to a church that was diverse. So there was everybody in there across every age group. And my coordinator, he was fantastic. He gave real life events. And he also could like he could explain things. Like when I needed to go after my car insurance and everything had settled everything, he could explain some things to look out when I went to go and buy a car because he had experience and he was just talking through all these things. And I didn't even ask the question, but he was talking about his experiences dealing with cars and you know, going to car lots and what you can do and say. And so because of him, you guys, when I went back, I got the same car, same year and everything, and I got it $6,000 less than what I was financing the first time because everything they were telling me, and I'm like, because I don't know anything about cars, and they knew it. They had a sucker on the line, and they knew. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all so much. On Tuesday, we're going to be going over my Google AdSense money and the Amazon affiliate links. I had got Amazon affiliate money, and I didn't know. And I apologize to y'all for not thanking y'all for using my Amazon affiliate links. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. And we're going to go over that in the next video. Bye, y'all.